So good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, depending on where you are. Welcome. Basically, I've been sort of pushing on my channel to get my first 50 subs. I had my YouTube channel for a couple of years. I haven't really hit that first 50 mark. But let me put my headphones on. And I've been trying to push for that lately. And I've just last week reached that first landmark. Basically, anyone in the chat can basically throw suggestions at me of drawing of things you want me to try and draw. They'll, it will be very quick on the draw type stuff, and they do need to be family friendly. But I'm doing that as a way of celebrating my first 50 subs on this channel. I'm going to use that for now. But feel free to jump in with your suggestions. As I say, keep them family friendly, and we'll take it from there. Any problems, let me know, so that if there's the sound's wrong or the visuals wrong, let me know. And I might have time be distracted by messages, so bear with me with that if I have to stop and start. But this is going to be a fairly relaxed stream and hopefully a lot of fun. And I say no one should just, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by doing a scribble challenge. So these are the random scribbles. In fact, let me take a quick picture of them so that people know I'm not cheating. So these are the scribbles. Right. So HB, B, 2B. Okay, we'll go 2B. Right. So the first scribble is that with those two, and the second one is that with that. So we'll combine. What can we do? What can we do? It kind of feels like a brick wall. If I'm honest, that's kind of what it feels like to me. So we'll start with that. So a brick wall. Okay. And what can we put on this? I know. This will be some kind of lamp. So that would be some kind of lamp on the side of a building, like a shop or whatever. So we've got a little lamp, little street lamp. Okay, so there's my lamp on the side of the building. So, because I'm more or less done this one. So let's make this a little bit more challenging. Because that was too easy. Not the greatest. So let me go back. We will change the time to. We'll change it to 5 minutes. We'll change it to one scribble, and we'll go. And go. Right. So let's see if we can do something a bit more interesting this time. Right. Okay. So the scribble challenge for the next one. Just shift this over the way. To be honest, it's actually quite an easy one. It's quite an easy. That's the image that we've got there. I don't know if you can see that. That's the image there. As I say, if you want to throw ideas at me, because any ideas I think that are good, I'll give a go after these challenges here. But the purpose of this is for you to just shout out. I'm doing Chazza app. So clearly this is some kind of eye. That's the most obvious thing. I mean, that's pretty obvious, I know. This is just a warm up. Okay, so. This is the most obvious one. Let's say I've got 5 minutes on this one. So how's everybody doing today? Hope you're all safe with the lockdown and everything else. And tell me if you can hear the sound clear, so that I can make any adjustments on that. Well, actually, I can't do much with the sound on that, but at least if you can't hear, then obviously that's a problem. because I couldn't get OBS to work properly on this, so which made it very, very difficult. Okay. So you can probably see what this is going to be. Now I can't quite see how much time I've got, but it will let me know when I get there. Again, that's where the shape is right there. As much detail on, so we give it as much texture in as I can. So do you have any artists out there watching at the moment? Oh boy, it's hot in London. It's never hot in London. The worst part is we're all stuck indoors. We can't even go out and enjoy it properly. Although I did take a long walk. Took a long walk down the canal today, which was kind of nice. It made up somewhat for being stuck indoors. So, got 50 seconds to go. Wouldn't have thought I've come up with this creature. I don't know what kind of creature on the top of your head. Bit of variety. There's his nose. 30 seconds. Try and put a bit of shading in there. This one. This is basically throwaway art, effectively. But sometimes, if the piece comes out good, I usually keep it. I'm actually quite pleased with the way this looks, actually. Even though it's, you know, just random artwork. That's it. Time's up. Okay, so put that one aside and go there. And just to let you know, the reason I'm doing this today is because I've met my first streamer goal, which is to hit 50 subscribers on my channel. I've been trying to grow my channel for a few years now, and only in the last year it sort of started to pick up. And I will sell a part of. Get to like as well. What this one is this time. That was too easy. Let me do another one. That's too easy. Okay. Okay, slightly different. The scribble challenges are not massively exciting, I have to say. This is just a warm up. So this will be the last one I think I'll do here. So that's the shape. Oops, don't know if you can see that. That's the shape there. Let me try and. Don't worry, I won't. No funny jokes, because I'm not going to do that. So basically, it's this and that. That's what it is, basically. But I'm gonna. It's got that very futuristic building potential about it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've got 5 minutes to do this. So let's see what we come up with. Family friendly, but it will depend. But I will need to pick and choose what I think will work and what I'm capable of. Feel free to consider subscribing to the channel so you get to see more of this kind of stuff in the future. And perhaps when I do the 100, I might even give a giveaway. Maybe when I get 100 subs, we'll see. It's quite a unique idea, the design on this one. Typical my PlayStation YouTube as frozen. That's just typical as anything. But there you go. Didn't think 5 minutes had gone that fast, actually. Oh, no, still got some time. That's good. To get some windows inside. Actually, I think I'll do lines rather than what I was going to do, because it's going to be more effective. Funny enough, for drawing buildings is not as easy as it might seem. I mean, it's easy to draw, you know, a building with lots of squares and windows, but to make it look like a real building and make it look cool is not actually as easy as you think. I quite like this building, actually. I might use this. I might use this for a project later on. Maybe I'll develop this into something another time. But say if you just joined, feel free to throw out some ideas of potential drawings, and I'll give a go at anything. More fun if people jump in with some ideas, because that's really what I'm trying to do here. That's what I'm trying to suggest here. So difficult to see the timer over there. As you can see, it's quite sunny in London right now, and I'm actually sweating. I'm just sitting here, but I'm sweating like a right. Okay, right. In fact, I've got 40 seconds. Let me put a bit of a landscape on it. Just a bit of a landscape. Nothing drastic. In the few seconds I've got. Yep, time's up. Brilliant. I'm quite happy with that. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I think I've done enough squiggle challenges, and I say they're not the most exciting to do. So I think I'll actually do like a character challenge next. So I'm going to flip this around that way, and we'll do a character challenge. So let's change the grid. The character challenge. And because it's a character challenge, I will give it 10 minutes. Okay, and take a quick picture of the challenge so I can show you I'm not cheating. Okay. So basically it's, let me just try and show you there. A girl from faraway. So how am I going to do this? Right, okay, I think I've got an idea. So just going to be very, very loose to start with. Oh, my battery's going on my phone. Perfect timing. Not helpful. Perfect timing. Right, I'll deal with that in a second. But the batteries decided to go on me. Drawing animals is always the toughest part. Always very tough. especially when just shows I need to work on my animals next. I've been working my human characters, but my animals is still lacking a bit. So I think that's the next thing I need to start really working at. It's starting to develop though, at least. Not quite sure how much time I've actually got, but we will see. We will see. No, the lines tend to have fur right the way down there, don't they? Okay, so the line's relatively okay. Now let's get this damsel in distress type. Well, she's not really distressed because she's fighting, but you know what I mean. Actually, funny enough, I'm making her angry, but it's actually kind of working a bit because I've kind of given her angry face anyway. Don't know if you can tell, but she's basically, you know, like the old fairy tale type characters. You know, like you see like Snow White or whatever, one of those kind of. That's what I'm trying to go for here. Actually, I've done the sword that way, but I really think I need the sword needs to be that way. In actual fact. So that's like a long flowy dress type thing. The count has gone to. Okay, so I've got another minute. That's good. Freezing every so often. Doesn't normally, but now when I'm streaming, it tends to do that a lot. I've noticed. Although I'm not completely satisfied with this line, I'm actually happy generally. They're not easy creatures to draw, to be fair. Successful. So there we have it. I don't think how well you can see that. Hopefully, if I let me close one of the curtains, because the light has kind of taken over a bit. Ooh. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll turn that on. Hopefully, more. Is it going to be more light? Not massively so. Yeah, so hopefully you can see that clearly. So basically, that's the lion. Let me get the camera there. So you've got the lion there attacked by the fairy tale princess. That was the best way to illustrate that. But that was a good. So I've got my phone, which I need to charge still. Okay, so the company owner. Let me just show you quickly. So, okay, interesting concept. Very interesting concept. Right. Okay. Now I don't know how you can do a company owner. I don't know how you can actually there probably is one way I can do it. Hate to admit that I'm going to do this, but there's only one way I can think of doing this. With their tiny hands. I don't know how I'm going to do this actually, to be honest. This is a challenging one. Is that my phone telling me I'm dying again? Yeah. 10% left. Oh, not a lot. I don't think I'm going to pull this one off. I really don't think I'm going to pull this one off at all. Well, I know this person has his own series of golf courses and hotels, so that the thing is, these drawings don't have to be serious anyway. These are throwaway drawings. So there's these tiny little hands. The dude has a very weird haircut, I have to say. He does have a very, very strange haircut. Dare I say it feels like he's got a wig, but I could be wrong. Because usually people in that position tend to have some form of indication of their presidency. Yeah, see where I'm going with that? Yeah. You getting it? You getting it? Now, I don't really know what this building looks like properly, so I'm just doing a rough, very, very rough looking. Any ideas? And obviously we need the hotel in the background, of course. And if you haven't guessed already, I'm going to put a name on it. You guessed it yet? You sussed it? How much time have I got? Two, one. So let's see if we can get enough time to make this. A little bit more clearer to read. That he's holding. I don't think there's much more I can do on this guy, so I'm going to call that one there. But what I'll do is I'll leave that for you for a second while I try and get the charger for this. I can get this one plugged in. So bear with me 2 seconds while I do that. Right. Oh, the one. What are you using to charge? Aha. And I've got my backup one. Right. Well, I think, as I said, I think that one's done on that one. So let's go to the next one. So we'll do one more of that, and then we'll do. Let me put headphones on. We'll do one more character challenge, and then I'll do another one, a last one. But this time, I will put in sort of incrementally or something like that. So I'll put a bit more of a timer on it. So let's give this one a go, and we'll see what we come up with. Oops. Go away, go away. Odd one. See what we do, but that's a very odd one. That's even odder than this one. Very strange. Right. And in case you're wondering, this paper is actually scrap paper that would have been thrown away. So just to let you know. Okay, so a good fairy. So let's have a fairy. Holding a bouquet of. I think it should be bouquet of flowers, but never mind. Okay, so fairies, and normally fairies are flying. So holding a bouquet of flowers. Bouquet of flowers. Tending the potted plants. So I think the best way to indicate that is watering can. No, I'm joking. There's 1, 2, 3. Got some leaves in there as well. All right, so let's try and refine the fairy a little bit. probably the most ugliest fairy I'm ever going to do, but never mind. It's a very ugly fairy. Ooh, the ugly fairy. We might be able to change it. Now, if I was taking my time, I didn't have a time limit, I probably would spend a lot more time on this. But then again, I wouldn't come up with this character either. So when you know you've got a time limit, you tend to sort of... Yeah, but let me know, guys, if you are, if you want to jump in and join in on this, suggest something that you think, a potential drawing, something you would like me to draw, whether it be a superhero or, a car. But I can try and do a caricature, of somebody that you know. But yeah, let me know. If you partake, it'd be more fun. Right, this one will be a tulip, I think. Okay, so that's potted plants. To be fair, this one will definitely go in the bin. This was so bad. But you try doing a quick drawing in 10 minutes and see how it works. That said, though, I mean, it's not too bad for what it is. Okay, so let's try and refine this bouquet a bit. As I said, if I was doing this, if I wasn't doing this as a time challenge, I could spend a little bit more time on it. Maybe the last one I'll do today will be, I'll spend just a little bit more time on it. But obviously, if you guys suggest something, then that's different, because then I can work on that instead. Just make sure your suggestions are family friendly. That's all I. Because I won't draw anything that is not family friendly. I'll tell you that now. That is an absolute given. The proportion of that is so wrong. So I'm not taking this very seriously. It's just a time challenge. It's not. Doesn't have to be perfect. This one. 1.5 minutes left. But in case you're wondering, if you've just joined, basically I'm doing this. Today's stream is basically a celebration of my first 50 subscribers on my channel. And I thought I'd just do a random art stream where either I choose the Jazz Art to do an auto-generate game of different characters or scenarios and everything else, or preferably if people jump in chat and say we'd try and draw X, whether it be a superhero or cartoon character or whatever that you decide, then I will have a go at drawing that. But until people suggest something, I'm using the app. So feel free to suggest something you'd like me to have a look at drawing, and I'll see if I can give it a go. And if it's a particularly good idea, might even develop it into something a bit more substantial. But we'll see what happens. But I think I'm pretty much done with this one, even though the time's not up yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of quick fire ones, quick fire challenges, and then I'm going to do one long 20-minute one and see what, and really spend some good time on it. So let me go and see what the next challenge will be, because that one's pretty much done. So I'm going to do incremental for 20 minutes. And here we go. Right, draw a man that has a round head with a defined jawline with hair covering one eye. So a man with a round head. So a man with a round head. Round head. Man. Round head, defined jawline. So defined jawline there. With hair covering one eye. So there's the hair covering one eye. Okay, so done. Finished. Okay, so looks like Peter Griffin on acid. Okay, so that's that. You'll see he is a man, so I'll give him at least the proportions that of a dude. Obviously we need his knee, so I'll put knee in there. So I'm not trying to make him muscular, I'm just trying to make sure I put all, get him relatively anatomically correct as much as I can. I don't want to put too much detail because at the end of the day there's going to be something else happening with this guy. Finishing the character, and then over time it adds a new thing. We'll wait. I'm trying not to do too much on him because he might have a wooden leg or something like that. But I like how he looks so far. He looks ridiculous, but in a good way. He looks good, ridiculous. Almost superhero-like. Wasn't planned that way, but it's the way it kind of worked out. Okay. So when's the next bit appearing? I'm waiting for the next bit to come through. It hasn't come through yet. That's fine. We'll just work on. Just add some shading on these. Actually, that bit there doesn't work really well. Take that. You can tell I've watched Family Guy a few times, can't you? 'So I'm just waiting for the next bit to tell me about this character. I don't know how long it's going to be before it tells me, but we will see. We will see. "20 minutes is actually not. Gives you more than enough time to refine him, do all the bits you need to. Right, okay. Right, so that has a long, crooked nose, twice broken. Oh my gosh. See what I'm saying? A long, crooked nose. So let's check the nose a bit. I think that indicates it's been broken twice, don't you think? I think that indicates it quite nicely. Okay, just wait for the next bit. Stay for the next section. Come on, hurry up. I want to get to the next. Normally it gets the next bit really quick, but there you go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, tell me what the next bit is. Come on, come on, come on. What is the next bit? Because I'm getting bored waiting. Well, I think 20 minutes is too long for this challenge, I think. So I'll change the next one to 10 minutes. I don't know. Come on. I'm just filling up now, just putting filler in because to fill in time. Waiting for the next bit to come through. I do need to sharpen this pencil. Over here for a minute. Don't worry, I'll clean that up in a minute. Wow, I've got 11 minutes. Beyond the Brick live in 30 minutes. Do like that program. AFOL. I don't find it, but I do enjoy the old Lego build now and again. But only I very much pick and choose what I like to build. I don't build anything and anything. In fact, I recently just finished off building the Friends TV set. I don't know if you have heard of that one, but basically to celebrate their, I think, 20th anniversary. I think it's 20th anniversary. Lego released a of the TV studio set, which is an amazing set. If you've had a squinting eyes, well, squinting yellow eyes. Well, I can't do the yellow bit, but I can certainly do the squinting. I think that's pretty much him done, but I don't know how to make it yellow. All right, well, now I know that's what it is, so let's give him some kind of outfit. So what kind of outfit should I give him? Right, well, let's just give him a sparkle for his belt, jacket, or something like that. So that's what I didn't put any clothes on him just yet. But now I know that there's not going to be any clothing or whatever. I can start to play with this a bit more. And I think because of the way he looks, I think we should definitely give him a medallion kind of shirt, shouldn't we? Yeah, with lots of hair, you know, the hairy chest scenario. So you tend to have those little funky pockets on the front, and the little dinky bit in the middle. Should we give him the rolled up sleeves? Yeah, let's give him rolled up sleeves. Maybe a little anchor tattoo on his arm. Yeah, Popeye style. What do you think I should draw next, guys? Should I do another one of these games, or should I? Or nice to draw for somebody to suggest something to draw. Again, it needs to be family friendly. I'm not going to draw anything that's not family friendly. I'll tell you straight off the bat, that will not happen. I think on this hand it will have a Superman. Because they tend to be the most common ones, aren't they? Either Superman or an anchor. Right, I've got 6 minutes, so I'm just going to refine this a lot. Give me a really squinty eye. Refine his jaw a bit. I actually quite like this character. Actually, of the ones I've done today, this is probably one of my favourites. But I think the girl attacking the lion is probably my top favourite so far in the building. Okay, so I've got 5 minutes still. So as I said, if you want to join in, feel free to suggest something you'd like me to try and draw, and I'll try and draw it. And if it's a good suggestion, I'll spend the rest of the stream drawing it. So it can be anything. It could be superhero, Pokemon. Well, it's not lewd, crude, or overly political. I'm good. Four minutes. I've got to try and fill this up with 4 minutes. So I've got 4 minutes to go. Three minutes left. Draw on this left now, pretty much done. I mean, unless I was really taking this to, really refinement, there's not really much more I can do on this character. It's pretty much there, really. darken the belt. Right, to be honest, I don't think there's much more I can do on this guy. So what I'm going to do is, I think, because that was a lot longer than I did it, this last one I'm going to do is, I'm not going to have a time challenge on this. I say, you've got a few minutes to suggest something while I get the next bit of that black on the hands. But one more, I'm going to do one more to end the stream. Oh, right. There was an extra thing. Sorry. With a wide grin and no teeth. Which is easy enough to do. I didn't think there'll be anything left. And that's gums, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's not teeth, it's gums. All right, I'm done. There's nothing more and more. I'm going to choose a different pen. Probably need some more coffee, but there you go. Right, so let's see what one we've got. Wow, it's been an hour already. It's gone really quick, actually. Okay, so we'll do an environment challenge. I'll say no time, infinite time, and let's go. Oh, perfect. So a bit more up my alley. Okay. So I'll try and show you. Okay, so it's a futuristic laboratory, I should say, that is inhabited by chimps and features pizza boxes on this. So gonna give it a go. So let me choose a different pencil. I'm gonna choose the HB. This oh, I've got HB there. 2B HB. There we go. Choose my HB pencil. So first thing I'm going to do is set the scene. I'm still going to try and do it quick, but I'm not going to. But they say there's no rush on it. This one. So this is the scene. Okay, so we're going to have some cages here. And I just had an idea of what I'm going to do. You might think you know where I'm going with this, but I'm actually going to go a different direction than what you might think. That's the laboratory. I'm just plotting things out right now. I'm not going to do too much. Got another little beaker there. Measuring jar. You normally have to have some kind of one of those things. What do they call them? Oh, I can't think we call them. You know, the magnifying thing. They're not called magnifying glass, but I can't think what the name of it is now. Cannot think of the name of it. So I have one of those. Okay, so here's our first character. In fact, probably should have brought that a bit closer, actually, now thinking about it. So looking into it and twiddling with the thingy bob. Now, can you guess where I'm going with this? Yeah. I I wonder if you can guess where I'm going with this. Obviously, that's the lab coat. Oh, actually, reference. Oh, what do they call this thing? It's not a scope. It's not a microscope. Microscope. That's it. There we go. Okay. And in fact, I might even go even further with this. It's even farther. So these are the cages. Now obviously, cages need to have grills on them. So let's do that quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm trying to do this quickly, but not worry about accuracy and stuff, about giving enough detail. So and the second one. Like a saw. Don't worry, I've got an interesting idea for what's in the cages. This is such a crazy idea. I might even share it on Jazz's Instagram post or whatever. You ready? You ready for the reveal now? In fact, let me quickly just do this. Just to give the cages a bit of depth. Any ideas what's in the cages yet? Have you sussed it out? Have you figured it out yet? No? In fact, if I make this one open, actually, I think I'll just make that a little bit more like he's doing something. That's the one he's working with. Now, this one is the one that's near me. So basically, have you figured it? If you haven't, I'll tell you if you want to tell me, but you need to say something in chat if you want me to tell you what it is, or I can just keep it as a surprise until you're ready. I don't mind. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you for those that are joining, whether you've joined, whether you've only just tuned in, or whether you was here before. But I just want to say thank you to everybody that has subscribed to the channel. Really do appreciate it, and helping me to hit my first 50. So I'm looking forward to the next 100, to hitting the first 100, if all things going well. And we'll do another thing that's very special to that as well. So I just want to say a quick thank you for everybody that has subscribed already. If you haven't and you're enjoying what you're already, click that red subscribe button so that you get them. You get the next update for the next video. I am working on the Lego builds at the moment. One of them being the Boba Fett one, which I'm having some difficulty. My computers are being a bit funny, as per usual. But as soon as I've got those uploaded, I will release those as well. And the other one, which I'm really excited about, is the Friends one, which I recently finished building. Really love building that set. It's an incredible set if you haven't seen it already. And there's about 6 parts to it. So that particular build will be in 6 parts, followed by a speed, a speed build as well. So do look out for that when it comes out. But yeah, I'd love to see, HBs are a bit hard. I won't bite much. So in case you've just joined in, this is from the Jazza app. It's a chimpanzee, a laboratory featuring what was it? Occupied featuring a pizza, or featuring pizzas. That's what this is about. The celebration. And what I'm basically doing is the challenge was, or the I draw from that. But as no one suggested anything. Right, okay, we're back. Sorry about that. A few technical difficulties. The chat wasn't working, annoyingly, and which I didn't notice. And then it's just sort of, then the camera sort of died on me. So do apologise. But we're going to do a bit more futuristic lab, and this isn't very futuristic right now. So somehow I need to make it futuristic. So the only thing I can think of is just decorating it somehow. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a bit of a cop out, but I didn't incorporate that at the beginning. This sort of futuristic looking building. Yeah, I do apologise if you just joined back in. Had some, for some reason the chat wasn't working, so if you were saying anything, I couldn't tell. I didn't realise that was the case, so I do apologise if you were trying to say something or trying to speak up. I just didn't see your chat because it wasn't showing up, but it only just recently working. I'm not very good with, I'm more into the art side of things, so working at these little bugs is not my favourite thing to do. There are people that like doing that, but it's not one of mine. So, in fact, I know how I can make it a little bit more futuristic. Even like some funky, like little, you know, those sort of what you see in a lot of sci-fi shows. We have these massively, overly, ridiculously sized doors, unnecessary. To give it that sci-fi appeal. Yeah, if you're in chat and you wanted to say so, would you mind just trying to say what you were trying to say earlier, and then I can see. Social media necessarily, although I might pass some jazz one if I finish it off. But this was just for fun. These are all throwaway drawings. But it is fun to do, though. It's fun to do. Oh, and I'm not sure who subscribed, but thank you very much. I saw the subscription while I was checking it. I saw somebody subscribe. So if it was you, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Hopefully, I haven't spoiled the experience by it cutting out. Right. Okay. I've done as much as I'm prepared to do on the main bit, so I'm going to try and refine it a little bit. How black my hands are. That's why I don't like using pencils that much, because you get all this. On the other pencils, don't get that, so I get it a lot. Oops. So I'm not going to do too much detailing on this one, but just to get the generic ones in there. And I'm kind of emulating the Jazza chimpanzee a little bit, not too much. Okay, so I've just had a message. I don't know if that's because someone's trying to get my channel. Okay, no, it's not, but that's fine. It's all good. I do hope you're enjoying the stream, and if you are, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, so that more people can sit and enjoy this. Because the more people know about this stream or this channel, the more they can enjoy what I'm trying to do here. So here's my microscope. I'm just using artistic license. I don't have any picture of a microscope in front of me, so shut up. So I'm just using artistic license on this one. Besides, it's meant to be a futuristic one anyway. So there's my pizza box with just a slice hanging out. And since it's all lush. Excuse me, my eye's gone a bit itchy. 1 second. Ugh, itchy. Itchy balm. It's basically a reverse of Planet of the Apes, really. Well, the movies, anyway. The TV series, the apes are already in charge, but it's more of a movie Planet of the Apes reverse. Definitely getting towards the end, not the end, but the details really starting to come along, which is good. Get some little bubbles. A little test tubey thing there. Oh yeah, it needs that clamp, doesn't it, to hold it in place. There's all the smoke and steam or whatever. And in case you're interested, this idea came from the Jazza app, the RT Games app that Jazza released. I got that shortly after he released it because I thought it was a really good idea, having an app that prompts you to help you with drawing. So far, I haven't really needed it other than for streams, but I have all checked with him that it's okay to me to use it for my stream. So in case anyone's wondering, he has already said, yeah, that's fine, I can do it. So don't worry. A group of us went to being there for that. Obviously, he's getting quite big now compared to what it was back then. But yeah, cute little boy, cute little boy. But that was a fun day. It was a fun day out. I did try to vlog, but because I wasn't really used to vlogging, I felt a bit self-conscious. Didn't really, not. I should have done a lot more. I could have done a lot more with that and made a real video of it. But also, I hadn't really got my channel up and running properly yet either. I hadn't really fully put all my eggs into getting my channel up and running. Whereas now, I'm a bit more focused on it. And had I had more confidence then that I have now with the channel, I might have actually recorded it a bit more, and not all of it, just just for snippets. But you live and learn, as the saying goes. She's coming along quite well, nicely, I think. Okay, so I said I don't want to do too much work on this because it's going to be a throwaway drawing. I'm not planning to colour it or anything like that. Heck, I might even do another stream where I'd finish off, do a bit more work on it on another stream. Who knows? I mean, do you want to see that? Sure, let me know. Do you want me to come back once I've done this today? Do you want me to come back and do more work on it and finish it? Do you want me to colour it even? If so, I'll certainly colour it on stream. I probably won't colour it digitally. I'll probably just colour it traditionally. But if you want me to colour it, yeah, I'll give it a go. But I want it to look really good, though. If I'm going to colour it, it needs to look silly drawing. That means nothing. Really not going anywhere. One thing. A lot of us are sort of stuck indoors, not doing very much, especially in London where we've got the sunshine blazing. And although some people are flouting the rules a bit, we can't really enjoy the sunshine. We can't go to parks, we can't go to the beach, rules a bit. And I understand the reasons why. It's all for our protection and our safety, but it's still frustrating that we've got such nice weather and we can't even properly enjoy it because of this pandemic that's going on. Just such a shame. And I don't know about in your country where you guys are, but here we rarely get sunshine. So when we get it, we normally just really run with it and make the best of it. But this time round, we can't. Bad. Sunshine quite often. It would be still sad, but it wouldn't be so bad. But in the UK, sunshine is a luxury. It's a bit of a luxury. And we appreciate it so to the point where as soon as the sun comes out, everybody runs out, gets themselves sunburnt and all lobsterified. Because if we got sun probably more often, we'd probably be a bit more self-conscious about making sure we have the tan lotion with us. Now I'm actually putting more detail on the side than I'd actually intended. But that's usually because I'm enjoying the process. And usually when I get to a point where I'm doing a drawing and I like where it's going, I tend to add a bit more detail. Simple and not much in them. But I'm far more intrigued by drawings that have heavy, heavy detail. Now there is a limit to that because there are some drawings that are so detailed like you don't even know what's going on. But I like detail in the sense that you look at it, and the more you look at it, the more you see things you didn't see the first time round, and that's what I like about a lot of detail. So like with this now, I'm putting all and giving a 3D effect. Okay, so that's one cage down. let's do the second one. So I'm trying not to do too much detail because I want to finish this quite soon. Because he'll be going for about an hour or so, so we go quite a while for this. Now I'm actually rushing it. I don't normally go quickly, but because I say it's because I know this is kind of a silly drawing. It's not. I'm not taking this too seriously, so I'm not worried about whether I rush it or not. But normally, but this one I kind of want to just get it to a point where I can let it go for a bit, put it to bed, and not worry any more about this particular piece. Because once I've done this, I'm not coming back to it. Not, or at least I'm not planning to anyway. Unless people in chat or people who are watching this video say, yeah, go back and do some more work on it. I'm not really planning to do any more work on this once it's done today. Render fully painted drawing. Okay, so let's do the next one down here. Oh, move that down. Give that a bit of a gap. Yeah, once this is over, I think I'm going to be watching Jumanji, the next level. Going to watch that after this. Just got it yesterday. I never got to see it in the cinema, sadly. I did plan to. That was the original plan to do so. But sadly, I didn't get the chance. Otherwise, I would have loved to have seen that film. There was lots of reasons for it. I just had a lot on my plate at the time. A lot of artwork because I was doing commissions and stuff like that. So a lot of things I was working on, which meant I wasn't able to do it, which is a shame. But I'm going to enjoy it. I'm sure it's going to be brilliant. I'm sure it's going to be as much fun as the first one because the first one, well, I say the first one, but really it's the second one. You know, because it wasn't even a reimagining because it kind of followed follow on from the predecessor. There's a lot of reference to the previous one, so it definitely was a follow-on from it. But I love the new version. It was absolutely amazing. Played that was just absolutely diamond. So convincing. But then again, Jack Black's always been that kind of a quirky kind of actor. Does these quirky kind of movies. Not everything he does is gold. Gulliver's Travel was a bit pants, but most of the stuff he does, but he was so good in that. And obviously, the Kung Fu Panda is very good in that as well. Right. So I'm just all I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish off the door and then we're done. After I've done this doorway bit, I'm going to be finished with this for today. But that's a lot so far. I'm quite pleased with it. Considering a random, silly drawing, I'm actually quite pleased how this has turned out so far. So, I look forward to doing this again, but I think going forwards, rather than doing the 5 minute, 10 minute kind of challenge, I may just do this where I'll just pick an image and see. Maybe that's the way forwards on this. Turn it to something pretty rad, if that's a word, or a word that's still being used. like I said, doing that big, bulky, overly sized sign metal doors that you don't need, but they do them to say, if you know, if you're, I don't know if you're somebody that's just got into art recently, or you're young, or whatever, or you've always had a passion for it, and you're of the mind of like, oh, I'm not as good as such and such a person, not as good as Jim Lee, or not as good as, you know, James Reyes, or Jazza, or whoever it is that you admire. Just know one thing: drawing. It's like, as I said to somebody else, and it was only when I was talking to them that I really kind of realized, it's like sculpting. You know, you do your piece, you get the groundwork, like you said with, if you watch the stream from the beginning, like I did with this, you do rough drawings, you do rough images of what you're trying to do, really scrappy. You know, you would not put that in an art gallery artwork, and that's just to place everything. But don't worry at the very beginning about getting it to look spot on, right, everything the right. But they weren't, you know, I mean, it's still not really. I still could do with a little more work to refine them. But because I'm not taking this drawing too seriously, I'm not worried so much about that today. But as you develop your picture, as you start detailing and adding bits and pieces to it as it goes along, that's when you refine it. And as long as you've got it in pencil, you're good, because you can always erase it. The pencil, any pencil line hacky, you can remove them. You've got an eraser. Moreover, we're now in a world where we have the likes of Photoshop. So even if you inked it in your mind where you mess it, you might not mess it up, but in your mind you might think, oh, I've done that wrong, I've messed that up. So don't, you know, ball game. But if you're just doing it to learn and get better, don't overburden yourself. You know, just enjoy the process. The more likely you're going to learn to draw better. Because you might notice, I mean, I should really use rulers for these bits, but you might notice I don't use rulers because I kind of learned to do this without. And that's not a you know, something to be show offy about. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that I'm more comfortable drawing it without rulers because I can just get on with it. But to get them this straight took a while. Took a lot of practice, getting used to it, and working. You're not confident your lines, but it's just personal preference for me not to. Then definitely use rulers to get really, really straight. Right. Just try to get those in there, detailed. And now I did have that in the beginning, in this corner here, but I think I'm going to move that over onto the edge. Bring that down. And lastly, and it is 9/5/2020, and that's it. So that was my futuristic laboratory, populated by chimpanzees, or in this case just a chimpanzee, but same difference, featuring a pizza, or featuring pizzas. Now, who would have thought I would do a pizza where they're experimenting on pizzas? How's that for an interesting idea? So I hope you've enjoyed the whole stream. If you have just joined the previous one, but what I will probably do at some stage when I get 5 minutes is put those two pieces together into one stream and sew them together, so it's one long stream for you guys. But thank you very much for watching. Again, if you're new here and you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos that come up or any new streams that come up. Share this with your friends, and if you like it, Facebook have added, sorry, YouTube has added this thing where you've got a notification bell, and if you set that correctly, as soon as I'm live or someone is live, you actually get notifications straight away. So it's really worth looking into that, getting that set right. Again, sorry that it's things I need to work out and figure out going forwards, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one, and catch you later. Bye bye now.